Our Region's Business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you. Our Region's Business. Innovation, transformation, momentum. Improving our communities and driving technologies that will shape our region for generations. The collaboration that brings vitality, prosperity, and life to living. Stay with us for the coming half hour as we examine in depth our region's business. Now, here's your host, Bill Flanagan.
Today on Our Region's Business, we're high atop our region's newest skyrise, the tower at PNC Plaza. It's billed as the greenest building of its kind in the world. We're here in the park, way up on the 28th floor, which brings a bit of the outdoors into the building. A little later on, we'll take a look under the hood at the sophisticated systems that make this building so energy efficient, and we'll find out why green buildings make for nicer places to work as well. But first, the Christmas shopping season is well underway, and that means it's time for our annual visit with Stuart Hoffman, Chief Economist of the PNC Financial Services Group, which is, of course, the sponsor of Our Region's Business. And welcome back. Good to see you.
Good to see you, and welcome to our new beautiful building, my home away from home.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for hosting us. It is spectacular, and what a beautiful December day to be up here talking about the economy.
Yes, it's going to be hard to sell overcoats and sweaters. But yes, we are doing this for I don't know how many years, Bill, that we've been coming together at the end of the year to kind of recap and look ahead for the U.S. economy, these days the global economy, and of course end by focusing a bit on southwestern Pennsylvania and what we see happening right here in our own region.
Absolutely. Well, why don't we start with a little bit of U.S. economy first. In particular, it is, as I mentioned, the shopping season. So how's the Christmas season and the holiday shopping season 2015 shaping up?
Well, of course, it's a different animal with people starting early and so much shopping online, as we found out over the Black Friday holiday. But we think it's going to be a good season. 2 million more people are working than a year ago. Wages are up. Home prices are up. Stocks are about the same. People's income is rising. Confidence is better. And people have saved $100 billion at the gas station, spending an average of $2.50 a gallon this past year versus $3.50 a year before. And of course, we're now pushing probably, we're going to hit $2 a gallon on unleaded gasoline and maybe going lower. So all that makes us think that holiday shopping will be up sales 3 to 3.5%, maybe 4% at the top. There's not a lot of inflation in that. So we think the consumer closes out the year on a good note and is going to be the main driver of economic growth in 2016.
So you're talking a relatively strong economy as we head into 2016, and that means all eyes will be on the Federal Reserve as they start looking at interest rates, which have been, they've practically been giving away money now for years, right?
Well, the Fed meets next Tuesday and Wednesday, December 15th and 16th, so you had to put me on right before that. But you're going to test my mettle. I think on December 16th, the Fed will announce the first interest rate increase. Well, they actually haven't changed rates, and it'll be 7 years to the day. December 16th, 2008, they slashed rates to zero. 7 years they've been there, maybe a little bit of the 7-year itch. The Fed raises rates 0.25%. First rate hike since June of 2006. I actually think it'll be a good sign. It'll be a sign the U.S. economy is feeling better. Its vital signs are improved. And this sort of emergency medicine of zero interest rates can start to be tapered off and let rates, as the Fed calls it, rise towards normal, although I think that'll take 3-4 years. We'll be talking about rising rates probably for the next couple of years in a very, very slow fashion.
It's a little bit of an education, though. There's a whole generation of young people now buying cars, buying houses, who've literally come of age in a virtually zero interest rate environment.
Yes, they have. And of course, for savers, who maybe not have come of age, have been aging into a near zero return on their savings and their investments. So we think you're right. It's going to be new. Some people in the stock market might get the jitters because in the past there's been the knee-jerk reaction that a Fed rate hike isn't good for stocks or the economy. Not when you start from zero, that's just not true, and it reflects a better economy. I think it's actually good news. Like your doctor telling you you're going to get taken off your meds. That's a good sign that your economy is feeling better, and we think that's the way this should be viewed.
That's very good. Well, that's America. How about the world as a whole?
Well, America is going to be one of the strongest places around the world. China is growing more slowly. Europe is doing better, but they're not going to outgrow us. Latin and South America, particularly Brazil, are in recession, and our North American neighbors are actually going to be hurt more by the drop in oil prices than they're helped. And there's no doubt there's parts of the U.S. economy, regions, including the shale gas in this region, and Alaska, Texas, Louisiana, that are hurt by the drop in oil prices. But we think it's a net positive overall, so we think housing will be good this year, even if rates move up a little. Auto sales have been strong, and we think a lot of the service sector and investments in technology away from energy and that consumer, where the economy will still have moderate economic growth this year as it has the last 3 or 4 years.
All right, well, with our last minute, let's bring it home. What
home.
Does all this mean here in our region?
Well, we've seen a pickup in job growth in Pittsburgh and southwestern Pennsylvania in 2015. 2013 and 2014, there was sort of a lull. We had a strong start to this decade, then lulled off, and now we've seen a nice pickup in job growth. Our unemployment rate's about the national level, around 5%. We think in the region we're going to add another, I would say probably 15,000 jobs this year. That's a little over 1%. We think the unemployment rate will go down, and we think the southwestern Pennsylvania economy, with less help from energy but more help from other areas, will see another year of good gains in the year ahead.
Very good. Nice way to start the new year for our dismal scientist, actually with a smile on his face at the end of 2015.
They call me the optimistic economist, and some call an oxymoron, and some call me just a plain moron. But time will tell.
It will tell. Well, and maybe know as soon as a few days early this week once the Fed. Stuart Hoffman, the chief economist from PNC. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Happy holidays and Happy New Year.
Same to you and all of your viewers.
All right, appreciate it. Next up, we're off on a tour of the tower at PNC Plaza to find out what makes it the greenest skyrise in the world. Stay with us.